What's up? Hey. So, this is a mukbang. Alright, so I'm really trying to change and grow. Oh, I love making YouTube videos. Um, I really want to grow and be a better person, and it's just so this problem that I'm having never was obvious or existed to me until I started college. And it was like leaving off to college, I started like realizing people staring at me and really realizing that my reality is what I see, and realizing that everyone has different realities and like, you know, if you're sitting here talking and cussing at me, I'm gonna take more offense to it if I'm sitting here looking at you in your eyes. Whereas when I'm looking out the window at the clouds, you're just some noise in the background. And I don't take it to heart. For me, this is how I personally experience things. And it's just come to a point where I only look at people when I'm talking to them. And I don't talk to strangers, which stranger danger, but I'm feeling so secluded. I'm feeling so cut off from the rest of the world. I feel very much like I'm in a box. And I don't want to ignore people because it's not like I think I'm better than anyone or something of that nature, but it's more of, in a way, I'm kind of scared because these are complete and total strangers. And I just don't want to get involved in a situation that is going to end up with me getting hurt physically, and I really would prefer not to get hurt, emotionally, but definitely don't want to get hurt physically. And it's just a lot of things have been happening, and it's really put a damper on my spirit. And I just feel like this is something that I really need to be able to get over. I want to figure out how to connect with people better. I want to work through the problems that I have because it's not them, it's me. When I was younger and lived in the city, before moving to the country, there was a type of street fair or carnival, something like that, where I was living, and I was in first grade maybe, and I wasn't with my aunt, but I think it was like, she might be right here, and I was kind of over, not right here, but kind of over here, still in peripheral vision. She could still see me, but I wasn't like right under her arm, playing and stuff. And I was really like, because I still am a very outgoing person, and even though it may seem like I'm very quiet, which I am in public, but you guys see my YouTube channel, I'm really outgoing and I'm really hyper and like I'm always wanting to do something, but that's not me in reality. Like with other people, I'm always by myself. I'm always by myself. I don't have a lot of friends. And I'm always doing something to try to entertain myself. And I don't think these are bad qualities. I believe these are good qualities because you came in this world alone and you will have to leave this world alone. I just want another option. Because all relationships aren't bad relationships. I don't know if it's the environment I'm in where maybe I am coming off like I am, willing to talk and be friends, and maybe these people just have issues and don't want to be my friend. Cause I do live in the South, and I am, whew, I can't believe I'm about to say this, even though it's obviously noticeable. I am a gay black male in the South, but maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe not. Um, I feel like too that all my problems will be resolved if I just had more income. Cause I find myself getting down. I think sadness comes from boredom. I think that's really where it comes from. Because I think for me, the most saddest time is when I'm the most bored. When you can't go anywhere, when you can't do anything, when you feel stuck. And money's not everything, but you can't use money to go places and to experience new and different things. And that's what I want. Like, depression comes from boredom, being stuck. When you see the same thing every day, when you're experiencing the same thing every day, it's like my personal experience is that it feels like I'm getting shunned. Like the community I lived in to begin with, I felt like I was getting shunned. Now this community, and it's not so bad in this one, but I think it's because I'm damaged to a certain extent, scarred but not broken. I read that somewhere. But I also see it as like talking does not matter. Like, you know what, this really comes into you have to be what you want. Like if I want someone just to run up to me, grab my hand and like, just be buddy pal with me, then I feel like I need to do that to somebody else. But ooh, honey, I live in the South. Like, can you imagine me running up to a boy and grabbing his hand and like just like skipping off and playing? They might they might hang me. And you think I'm joking. It's like the way I'm experiencing it is the more I've gotten out, like I just want to move to New York. Like I want to live in New York. I want to work in New York and I want to be able to travel the world and I want to experience new things and I want to be able to come out of my bubble. Like I have so much anxiety and so much like I feel like inside of me there's this bubble of happiness, but I feel like outside of me there's this dark cloud that's like surrounding that bubble, and it's so hard for the light to shine through to make it outside of me. Like I feel it inside and I know it's there, and it's just enough to keep me alive, but I'm not moving the way I want to move and being the person I want to be. I feel sometimes I really feel stuck in my skin. An example of me feeling stuck is like when I'm at work, I don't make eye contact with people unless they ask me a question. Like if you come up and I'm right here and I'd be like, they'd be like, "Hey, can you give me such and such?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, I can." I look in the eyes because I would not want anyone to talk to me and not look me in the eyes. I just feel like that's me being trying to make connections with people. I look people in the eyes when I talk to them. Um, but only when people ask me a question, or other than that, all I do is I consciously look at what I'm doing. And I feel like that's important to stay focused on what I'm doing so I don't make mistakes and I don't hurt myself. But I feel so trapped. Like all I do is just work when I'm there. And it's yes, a job, but I think the hard part for me is because see, like I have these voices in my head that are like so negative to me. Like I just heard a voice say, "Shut the fuck up." Like that's how real it is for me. Like it's always something being thrown at me negative. But I mean, I realize these are voices and it's just my head. This is just, like I said, I think everybody hears voices. I think there's those voices that are good, that motivate you. And I think there's those voices that are bad, that try to cast you down and beat you down and make you feel like the worst possible thing ever. And for me, I just say this is just a moment. And just like the sun rises and a new day comes, this will pass. There'll be new opportunities. I'll feel better later, or I'll feel better sometime other than this. Because sometimes I feel high and sometimes I feel low. And I realize this is going to keep going back and forth. Excuse me. That's why I really feel like it's just going to be pointless if I don't try to make my dreams reality. Because why are you going through this hell for nothing? Make it worth it. If I'm going to suffer, I want to be suffering for something amazing. So even if I end up alone, I'm by myself and friendless, I'm going to work as hard as I can because if I'm going to be friendless, I'd rather be friendless, lay down on the beach and taking vacations than friendless, homeless or friendless and stuck in a small house or something, looking at the same thing every day, pretending to be happy and I'm not. Because I'm not miserable right now because, like I said, I have that joy inside of myself, but I'm not happy with my situation. Okay, guys. Whew. Thanks for listening to me. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Check out my other YouTube channels. Check out some of my other videos. And remember, like, share, and subscribe. See you next time on tyjuen. Bum 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 bum. Yep, yep, yep.